painful but necessary endings are unfolding in your personal life, marking a period of transformation that may feel heavy, confusing, or emotionally draining. These endings aren't punishments or failures but rather the clearing of old energy, outdated relationships, and situations that can no longer support who you are becoming. As these doors close, they create space for something far more meaningful to enter. Within this shifting landscape, your person finds themselves deeply affected in ways they hadn't anticipated. They initially believed that creating distance from you would help them disconnect from their feelings, assuming that silence or separation could quiet the intensity of their emotions. But instead of weakening their connection to you, the distance has only amplified it. The space they created has turned into a mirror, reflecting back to them how deeply they truly love you. Every attempt they made to detach has had the opposite effect. The more they tried to shut down their feelings, the more they found themselves pulled toward you with increasing urgency. What they feel is not a fleeting crush or momentary attraction, it's a powerful, consuming passion that they can't seem to escape. This passion is building inside them, almost like pressure beneath the surface, urging them to take action. They are feeling a strong desire to rush in, to bridge the gap between you, to dissolve the distance they once thought they needed. At the same time, they worry that their silence or hesitation may have caused you to misunderstand their intentions. They don't want you to think they've forgotten you or lost interest. In fact, nothing could be further from the truth. Your person is deeply obsessed with your energy, your presence, your essence, the feeling they get whenever they think of you. This obsession isn't unhealthy or malicious, it's a magnetic pull, a soul-level connection that continues to draw them in even when they try to resist it. They long for an intimate exchange with you, not just physically but emotionally and spiritually. They crave those moments of closeness where they can feel your energy mingling with theirs, where the connection feels undeniable, grounding, and comforting. This longing has led them to quietly plead with the universe for assistance. They are praying, manifesting, and hoping with all their strength for an opportunity to be near you. In their quiet moments, they imagine what it would be like to finally come together with you, to touch, to talk, to share space without barriers or hesitation. They are praying hard for a physical encounter, a moment where everything aligns and they can close the distance that has been weighing on both of you. Even though getting close to you may be challenging at this time, whether due to circumstances, timing, responsibilities, or emotional complexities, they are determined to find a way. They refuse to let obstacles define your story. There is a resilience within them, a persistent belief that the connection between you is worth every effort and every moment of waiting. Your person has never wanted anyone more than they want you. There is something uniquely magnetic about you that they haven't found anywhere else. Your maturity, your compassionate and supportive behavior, your ability to understand deeply and respond with emotional wisdom, all of these qualities draw them in even further. They feel safe with you, inspired by you, and challenged in the best possible ways. You awaken parts of them they didn't know existed, and that awakening has become impossible for them to ignore. With all this intense energetic activity happening beneath the surface, you may find yourself feeling drained, tired, dazed, or in need of extra rest. These sensations aren't random. They are directly tied to the energetic pull your person is placing on you. When someone is thinking about you constantly, longing for you, and energetically reaching for you, it can create a tangible effect on your own energy field. You may feel their presence even when they're not physically near, experiencing waves of emotion that don't fully feel like your own. Every time your person connects with your energy, whether consciously or unconsciously, they feel soothed, comforted, and uplifted. You ground them, calm them, and remind them of what truly matters. This connection, though powerful, can take a toll on you, especially when the emotional exchange is uneven. Their yearning may be so strong that it spills into your own energetic space, creating sensations of fatigue or mental fog. It's important to acknowledge this without fear, understanding that what you're feeling is evidence of how deeply intertwined your energies are. These sensations will pass, especially as clarity and movement begin to take shape in the physical world. Your person is slowly reaching a point where they can no longer remain silent, distant, or hidden behind uncertainty. They are preparing to step forward, not impulsively, but with sincerity and intention. No matter how complicated the path may seem, they are committed to finding a way toward you. Their love is deepening, their understanding is expanding, and their desire for connection is becoming stronger than any hesitation they once held. One way or another, they intend to bridge the distance between you, because losing you, or never trying, is something their hearts simply cannot allow. The moment I truly realized that I was in love with you came in the most unexpected way. It happened when I chose to walk away, convincing myself that distance would make it easier to forget you. I thought that if we stopped talking, if we cut our connection completely, my feelings would eventually fade. I told myself that silence would heal whatever confusion or vulnerability I felt. But the reality was far different from what I expected. Instead of forgetting you, every day felt heavier, and every moment without you felt like something inside me was slowly collapsing. Things only became worse after I blocked you and disappeared from your life without any explanation. At the time, I thought that creating that distance would protect my heart or give me clarity, but all it did was leave me with emptiness. Ghosting you was one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made. Your absence didn't bring peace, it felt like a punishment. It was as though life was showing me exactly what I had taken for granted. Suddenly, there was no one left who I could fully rely on, no one whose presence brought me genuine comfort, and no one who cared for me the way you did. That realization hurt more than anything else. The guilt that followed me afterward became overwhelming. I often catch myself thinking about how I mistreated you, how I ignored your efforts, and how I failed to appreciate your sincerity. You were one of the most precious people in my life, and yet I didn't realize your worth until you were gone. It's painful to admit, but it took losing you to understand how deeply you had rooted yourself in my heart. Whenever these memories and regrets come back to me, I start feeling undeserving of everything you gave me. I question why you ever cared so much, why you stayed patient when I was distant, selfish, and often too wrapped up in my own fears to give anything back. Looking back now, I can see clearly that you were the one who made the real effort to keep our relationship alive. You were the one who reached out, who tried to understand, who tried to hold things together even when I gave you very little in return. You brought warmth, consistency, and honesty into my life. Meanwhile, I was stuck in my own limitations, taking what you offered without reciprocating, enjoying the comfort without acknowledging the love behind it. It hurts to admit that I allowed my fear, confusion, and immaturity to make me push away the one person who genuinely cared for me. Sometimes I ask myself why you loved me so much when I often failed to show the same amount of care. You kept giving even when I didn't know how to appreciate it. You kept choosing me even when I didn't deserve that level of devotion. I used to think love was supposed to be effortless, something that simply happened, but you taught me that love also requires effort, patience, understanding, and the willingness to stay even when things are difficult. You embodied all of that, quietly, consistently, without ever asking for anything in return. You gave me memories that I will carry with me forever. They are small moments, simple gestures, and conversations we shared, yet each one feels priceless now. They remind me of the comfort I felt with you, the laughter you brought into my life, and the sense of belonging I didn't realize I needed until it disappeared. Every memory is a reminder of what I lost, but also of what I learned. And because of that, they will always be a part of me. The truth is, I miss you. I miss you in a way that is difficult to express in words. There are days when the thought of you appears without warning, and I feel this deep ache in my chest, a longing for the connection I destroyed with my own hands. I wish I could go back and undo the mistakes, speak the words I held in, and give back the love you offered so generously. If I could rewrite the past, I would choose to hold you closer instead of pushing you away. I would choose honesty instead of avoidance. I would choose you, every single time. I think about what it would mean to love you the way you loved me. To give you the same warmth, comfort, and dedication that you once gave me so freely. I want to be someone worthy of the effort you put in. I want to be someone who doesn't run at the first sign of vulnerability. Someone who doesn't hide behind silence or distance. Someone who understands the value of what we had instead of taking it for granted. Even though you're no longer here, my feelings haven't disappeared. If anything, they've grown stronger because the truth became undeniable only after I lost you. Every single day, I feel the weight of missing you. Every single day, I realize a little more how deeply I cared and how deeply I still care. You were not just a part of my life, you were the part one didn't know I needed until it was too late. And maybe someday, if life is kind, I hope I get the chance to show you the love I never expressed. But even if that chance never comes, you should know this: you changed me. You taught me what true effort looks like, what real care feels like, and what genuine love means. And I will carry that with me always. Your partner currently sees you as being very defensive, and although this may trouble them, they also understand the deeper reasons behind it. They recognize that your defensiveness isn't coming from a place of coldness or indifference, but from past experiences in which you felt let down, disappointed, or emotionally unsafe with them. In their reflection, they're starting to realize that there have been several moments when they failed to support you or show up for you in the way you genuinely needed. Because of these repeated disappointments, they sense that you've pulled back to protect yourself, choosing not to reveal your emotional side so easily anymore. They know that you are not withholding your feelings out of spite but out of self-respect and self-preservation. They understand that you've created a boundary that will only open again when they approach you with sincerity, clarity, and intention. In their mind, it's very clear that you won't settle for half-efforts, ambiguity, or inconsistent behavior. They know you are someone who deeply values commitment, emotional transparency, and genuine effort. If they want to reconnect with you, they realize they must come forward with actions that match their words, not just temporary emotions or impulsive decisions. They admire your independence in a way that makes them both proud and insecure. They see you as someone emotionally strong, grounded, and capable of navigating challenges on your own. To them, you are not someone who falls apart when faced with difficulties. You confront life with resilience and inner power. This strength of yours sometimes intimidates them because it highlights their own inconsistencies or emotional immaturity. At the same time, it inspires them because they know you are someone worth growing for. They believe you can handle anything life throws your way, even without their support, and this realization pushes them to reflect on their own behavior even more. One of the biggest sources of their regret is the way they acted when they ignored you, blocked you, or brushed off your feelings. At the time, they may have acted impulsively or out of their own emotional confusion, but now they are beginning to understand how deeply their actions hurt you. They regret making you feel like your emotions were too much, or like you were wrong for expressing care, affection, or vulnerability. They recognize that by shutting you out, they created emotional distance and left you questioning your worth in the connection. This heavy realization is something they're carrying within themselves now, and it's pushing them to change. Your partner is also becoming aware of some manipulative tendencies that they may not have consciously acknowledged before. Whether these behaviors involved withholding communication, creating emotional pressure, or trying to push decisions onto you, they now understand that their actions were unfair. They're beginning to accept that they acted selfishly at times, putting their comfort before your emotional stability, and that this pattern cannot continue if they want a healthy, trusting connection with you. Their self-awareness is growing, and with it comes a sense of responsibility for the pain they caused. Because of all this, their focus has shifted almost entirely toward you. They are thinking deeply about how to approach you, how to explain themselves, and how to rebuild the emotional foundation between you. They know that you are not someone who will simply accept an apology and move on. You need clarity, honesty, and consistency. You need them to show you, not just tell you, that they understand where they went wrong and are willing to do better. They are strategizing carefully, wanting to choose the right words and actions so that they don't make the situation worse or trigger more hurt. What they want most is the chance to speak with you openly. They want a conversation where both of you can express yourselves without fear, without defensiveness, and without carrying the weight of past misunderstandings. They imagine the two of you talking freely, sharing your perspectives, and clearing away the emotional tension that has built up. They long for a space where neither of you feels the need to hold back, where honesty flows naturally, and where both of you feel heard and valued. Deep down, they're hoping you will allow that opportunity someday. They want to earn your trust again, and although they may not know exactly how to begin, their intention is growing stronger with each passing day. They are preparing themselves emotionally, hoping that when the time is right, and when they can approach you with genuine clarity, you will be open to hearing them out. They don't want temporary reconciliation or surface-level communication. They want something meaningful, something stable, something where both of you can show your true feelings without fear of judgment or rejection. In their heart, they know this connection still matters. And they're finally realizing that if they want to keep you in their life, they have to rise to your level, not bring you down to where they once were.